Hello my rosy readers, welcome back to my channel. Today's speed build is a special one and pertains to today's book review, in a way, if you will. I started building this without really any plan in mind, per se, and then the more I went on, I was like, this seems to fit more of this set of characters that I was thinking of. So, the two characters I place in this house is Nico D'Angelo and Eric the Phantom of the Opera. If you watched my previous video, I have this fan fiction inspired by Black Butler, where Eric serves Nico in the Victorian era. It's called The Masked Butler. And, I figured, hey, this is just something that it seems like it would be a lot of fun, if you will. It gives someone for Eric to take care of, and it gives helps Nico feel a lot less lonely, if you will. So, the actual outside of the house is inspired by a picture from a Tumblr that I found. I apologize. I do not have it here at the end of this video, but it is an old Victorian, and I did want to do something a little different than, the design home pictures that I've been basing all my houses off of lately. So, yeah, now that I'm thinking about it, I probably should have saved it and added that in, but I don't know, it's Tumblr, so it feels a little bit more iffy in comparison to the Design Home app, which doesn't show any personal. Tumblr doesn't exactly show personal information, but it feels a little bit more personable to me than the Design Home app, if you will. So I'm not gonna bother with sharing any pictures from Tumblr. I apologize. It just didn't seem right, if you will. But anyways, as you can see, the outside was, I'd say, a little bit easier. Oh, a whole lot easier than the inside. The floor plan for the inside took me a while to try and figure out. Once I figured out that, I was going to have Nico and Eric in here, I figured, I gotta have an organ in here, so I gotta make room for an organ. That was a definite. And then I was like, oh, where's the downstairs bathroom going to be? Where am I going to put the stairs? Yada yada. Stairs, of course, as you can tell, I've quickly figured that out, but then I had to figure out everything else, and the color scheme and everything, and how you're going to get to the third, the little turret where Eric is actually going to be sleeping. That's going to be his room. Speaking of Eric, I was wanting to do him as, as a pale face, and since we've got the skull face paint, that I would put that on, take it off when he's at home and and all that stuff. However, the pale face that I wanted to do can only be accessed by vampires. So I had to make Eric a vampire. So so in The Sims, it technically is almost exactly like the Black Butler, where Eric has all these powers and Nico doesn't, even though in actuality Eric doesn't have the powers and Nico does. If you know Percy Jackson, you know exactly what those powers are. So, yeah. Sorry, I'm just looking here at this bathroom, trying to get the stuff situated in the bathroom. Took forever. But anyways, so, yes, Eric is the one with the superpowers. I did not upload them to the gallery yet. I apologize for that. I wanted to play around with them for a little bit, kind of get up there, at least Eric's vampirism for a bit before, I uploaded them to the gallery, so I have not done that yet. You will get to see a little bit of gameplay because I wanted them to play around, see how things worked, if I could actually get them everywhere. You can, in fact, get up to the 3rd floor turret just fine. So Eric goes up there and he sleeps in his little coffin. He can go up there just fine. And so, yeah, it's... Oh. Also, I included a few references to the actual fanfiction, to which I will be linking the links to in the description below if you're interested. I have a longer novel up that I've started on. Hopefully I will have it finished soon. But so far it's based on Poe mysteries and mostly based on the movies. So, like, say, what was it? Well, most of them are all based on the movies. I think the only one that's not is the case of the Rue Morgue. That is specifically based on the book, because I didn't find any movies that I could base it off of. But another movie that I did base the next one off of, which is Marie's Mystery, the movie of which can be found on YouTube again. I link that in the description below. It mentions it, so, you know, it kind of keeps with continuity. So, you know, it really worked out. Anyways, yeah, I really wanted to get this done. I figured since I was doing the Phantom of the Opera as my kind of a theme, and even though it didn't really turn out that way, I started the month off with a couple of books that had to deal with roses. And then when I went further and was like, oh, I'm going to review this mystery, The Ghost of Melody Lane, I was like, okay, that's it. It's all Phantom of the Opera. Totally become Phantom of the Opera this year. So, Phantom of the Opera it is. That's my little theme, if you will. Speaking of the Phantom, I am working at Spirit Halloween up until, of course, you know, November 2nd is the final day. But there are these, like, bag clips that are, you know, based on the Universal monsters. I'm trying to get the Phantom of the Opera. I've gotten 2. One was the exclusive A, which turned out to be one of the mole people. I'm like, I don't want the mole people. Can I return this, please? The next one was Dracula, which was like, that's a little bit better. But it was like, I want Phantom of the Opera. Give me Phantom of the Opera. Give me Hunchback of Notre Dame. I'll even settle for Frankenstein and the Bride of Frankenstein. But give me those guys. I want them. There's only a few left, and once the sale starts November 1st, and I kind of want to be able to... I want to get the Phantom of the Opera before it sells out. I mean, I do want to wait, because then it'll be on sale, and I can still use my my employee discount on it and get it really cheap, but I don't want it all to be out. That's the only thing. So, you know, for now, I'm glad I've got Dracula, but I really want the Phantom of the Opera and Hunchback of Notre Dame especially. Like I said, I'll be glad to take Frankenstein, but those two are the ones I really want right now. So, yeah, that's... Oof. And of course, the internet's been giving us problems, so that hasn't exactly been helping. So anyways, as you can tell, I've been making some final changes to the house here. It's not in autumn yet because I was in build mode and not in live mode at this moment. So I had to go, which is another reason for needing to go into the live mode with Eric and Nico, so that way I can get the autumn pictures that I wanted to get. You know, with the leaves on the ground and all that. So I've just taken a few of the screenshots here at this moment, and just, you know, added a few extra little tidbits just to spruce it up, if you will, before, you know, we move on into the actual Let's Play. So I was just, you know, I wanted to get a look here at the two pictures changing, because I hadn't seen it before. I knew it happened, but I had never seen it before. So I just wanted to see. You can see there's Eric. I had him planting, so it was another thing. I wanted him to plant everything before I uploaded the build to the save file. Because there's pomegranates and the plasma fruit tree here and roses. I was like, you gotta have those three for sure. So, well, the plasma fruit simply because Eric's a vampire. And you definitely had to have the pomegranate, for Hades, and the roses for Eric. So I was like, you gotta have that. You definitely have to have that. So, yeah. So I wanted to have that planted and try to have that started growing a bit. Anyway, so if you can see here, I noted, I was starting to say this, and I got sidetracked, I apologize, but there are a few hints here to the other characters, at least to some of the other characters that occur in the fan fiction that are part of this household that I didn't include here. Real quick, Eric makes the breakfast for the very first time, and it does it excellently. It's like, yes, Eric, you'll make an excellent butler. Hades chose you well. It was excellent. It was like the first time, too. It's like, you are good, man. Anyways, so the other characters as part of this household, which is funny because Eric here is doing this, but the three gnomes that have there and a couple of other places. Yes, I was planning to get a dog and a cat. They're supposed to be getting one later on in the series. More on that later. But it's the three ghosts of Christmas from the Christmas Carol. So the ghost of Christmas present is supposed to be in the kitchen. And that's why I have the nutcracker there. The two pumpkins on either side are supposed to represent ignorance and want. There's a whole little thing that ignorance always hisses whenever Nikos enters the kitchen, and want wants to cling to him. Hint, hint, wink, wink. Because he has wants, but he's certainly not ignorant. And then the ghost of Christmas past tends to the gardens, which is why there's a fairy statue out there. And then the ghost of Christmas yet to come handles the household, which is why I have the little Grim Reaper figurine from the Nifty Knitting upstairs in Nico's room. It's like, that's his little sign, I cleaned the room today. So, yeah, that's the hints to that, because I didn't exactly want to include them as part of the household, not only because I wanted them to be spirits, but also because they do typically tend to leave, come and go as they please. Not exactly, oh yeah, here at this part I had to change it to spring so Eric could, plant the roses. Because the ground was frozen. I was like, no, I need you to plant the roses before I upload this to the gallery. So I had to change it to spring, and then it went back to autumn. So, but yes, that's a few of the hints. I think I don't know if I'll add more hints. Yeah, Caleb came and showed up. I was like, of course, good old Caleb. You definitely become really good friends with them. But yeah, because see, the thing is I did want to include upcoming stories, but I don't know. I would have to go in and add more. This was just for Eric and Nico, just to have this done. And the other ones, oh, bye, Caleb. The other ones I wanted to incorporate as the Mask of the Red Death, Mystery of the Rue Morgue, and there's 3 in France that he does. And then what I'm doing right now is The Pit and the Pendulum, based on the movie with Vincent Price. And the next one's going to be The Hound of the Baskervilles. Yes, instead of Sherlock Holmes, it's Nico D'Angelo with The Hound of the Baskervilles. And the Bavinci. So there's a few other characters coming in, but we are getting into the screenshots now. I need to cut this short. I wish I could talk longer. I've talked as much as I could. But I hope you have a wonderful day. Everyone, thank you so much for coming to this speed build. I hope you have a wonderful day again. I hope to see you soon. Hopefully you'll check out my stories and actually really take a look at everything that's going on. But thanks for coming by. Have a great day. Saint Oriel, pray for us.